I always wondered, why do certain guys seem to always get respect and other guys just always are disrespected? Why is it that certain guys always command attention when they walk into a room, and there are guys that people know immediately that they could test them? They could say anything to them and there would be no repercussions. I have been the guy for a lot of my life growing up who was disrespected. I was disrespected by women, by men, by people elder than me, by people younger than me, by people my own age. And I always wondered why. Why choose me? Why select me out of everyone to disrespect? I didn't do you anything. I didn't trouble you. I didn't say any mean words to you. But you just chose me out of the flock of everyone to disrespect. It wasn't until I did some introspection that I realized that there were certain things in my behavior and my character that were inviting disrespect. And what is so crazy too is the fact that I actually saw the things that I was doing in other men. I was seeing why they got disrespected, and I'm like, wow. It's almost like if a light just went off in my head, and I'm like, I see it. I see it. It all makes sense now. Because there are some blind spots in us as men that invite disrespect. And today I want to point out the three types of men that invite disrespect. I mean, there are so many other different things that you can do as a man that can invite disrespect. But I think that these are the three things that I've seen in myself and I've seen in other men around me that always invite disrespect. And I want to help you guys. I want to point out these things to you guys because I know how it feels to be disrespected, to feel like you are worth nothing, to feel insecure, to have people just come at you and tell you things and you want to fight them back and you're full of rage. Trust me, I know. Just the other week I went to a gas station and a lady looked at me. Mind you, I didn't get a haircut in a while. And she looked at me and she told me I need a haircut out of nowhere. I'm just like, bro, I just want to pay for my gas and get out of here. She looked at me and then she started to basically laugh at me and just say a lot of mean things. And I handled that in the worst way possible. Actually, I handled it good initially because I walked away, I went back into the car, and then I came back for something, and then I let her have it. I said every bad word in the book that you could imagine. It was terrible, and I regret that because as men, we're supposed to control our emotions no matter what. We're supposed to control what comes out of our mouth, our anger. But at that point in time, when I was disrespected, I felt a lot of rage. So believe me, I understand how it feels, guys. How it feels to be full of rage when people just keep on disrespecting you. I'm going to jump into the three types of guys that invite disrespect. Number one is the man that doesn't take care of himself physically. When I was growing up, I was never the athlete. I was never the guy to be working out. I was never the guy to go and play sports. I was a musician. I was a music guy. I was singing all day. I was in theater. I was always inside doing the soft things, so to speak. I'm not saying that theater is soft or music is soft. I love those things. I still do these things. I have a big passion for these things. But when it came to the boyhood of it all, the going out and playing football all the time or playing basketball, that wasn't me. It wasn't me. And so I didn't take care of myself physically, really. And I have a story for you. I had a girlfriend when I was 14 years. And I remember her messaging me and telling me about this other guy who was, I believe, 15 or 14 at the time, and she was 13. And she was telling me about his abs. And I was like, okay. I remember at that point feeling extremely jealous. But now that I think about it, all these years after, I'm like, wow, what was wrong with me? Why didn't I say, stop it? Why did I allow it to happen? But I digress. She was telling me about his abs and how all the friends who were around him as well, they were touching his abs, and it was so like, wow, this is so amazing. Like, wow, he has abs. And here comes in me. At that point in time, I didn't have like a belly or anything, but I wasn't fit. I wasn't the guy with the abs or super jacked. I was a normal kid, 14 years of age. I was focused on playing games, just a lot of whatever 14-year-old boy is focused on. And because I didn't take care of myself physically, yes, I had a girlfriend, but I didn't have the respect. Because anytime you see a woman talks about another guy in front of you so easily like that and praises him, then my friend, that is disrespectful. It is disrespectful. Because a woman that honors a man, that sees a man and respects a man, is not going to do that. She's not going to do that. But I invited disrespect because I was not that guy. I didn't take care of myself physically. I didn't do any sports. I didn't do push-ups. Mind you, I have a younger brother who, at that time, he was working out very early. I think he was working out at that time, or maybe he started to work out a little later in his high school journey. But he would often call me and ask me, hey, do I want to work out with him? And I would just say no. Maybe I did it once or twice. But it wasn't until I became an adult that I realized the importance of going to the gym, of doing my cardio. Why? Because at that age, my metabolism started to slow down and I started to develop a belly and all these different things. And I saw how important it is to take care of yourself physically, but not just take care of yourself physically, but really become a desirable man physically. There are other aspects of becoming appealing. I'm not negating those things, but we have to become attractive physically. It is important. People are going to tell you it's not important. Focus on, being mentally strong. And yes, that's important. But what's also important is becoming the best version of yourself physically. You're inviting disrespect because you're not taking care of yourself physically. When that lady at the gas station saw my hair and saw that it wasn't well put together, I invited disrespect. As men, we have to always have ourselves together, put ourselves together, have our teeth brushed, bathe, smell well, have our hair combed, whatever it is we need to do. Take care of ourselves physically. Number 2, this is the guy that doesn't invite disrespect. That does invite disrespect actually, is the guy that doesn't have a commanding presence. Nobody is saying that you have to be the big bad alpha when you walk in and say, hey, I'm the guy here. You respect me. What I say goes. No. But what I am saying is when you walk into a room, is your chest, down, your head down, you're scared to look up at people in their eye. When you walk into a room, your chest must be out, your head held high, and you're looking at people in their eye as you walk in their face. You're using eye contact. I can't tell you how many different guys I've spoken to, and they haven't even looked in my eyes as yet. I'm like, am I intimidating you? Am I scary to you? It's almost as if I hear that with such a passion, guys. Look at me in my eyes. I'm right here. All these things add to a commanding presence. Before people hear you speak, they see you. And I've realized guys that do not have a commanding presence, they're just so meek and mild and nonchalant. And, those guys often invite disrespect. When you walk into a room, you walk in with such confidence that people feel it even before you say a word. I've tried this, I've implemented this, and it works every single time. Every single time. Stop being a shy guy. Stop being a guy that is scared of people and scared to look them in their eye. When I'm talking to people, I look them in their eye and I watch them. Just as I'm looking at you right now. When I walk with a confidence. I don't walk with my head down. I don't walk with fear. I don't care who you are or what status or kind of power that you have. Because you're not above me, you're not below me. It's an equal playing field. The third guy that invites disrespect. And this used to always be me because I was a scared little boy. The third guy that invites disrespect is the guy that doesn't know how to check people when they disrespect him. Guys, there's a time to walk away. Not every battle is worth fighting. There are guys that have guns, that have weapons, that could kill you, that could take your life and your family's lives. I'm getting serious here because this is true. And as much as I want to fight back, I have to also be wise. But there are times when you have to understand that you have to check disrespect. You have to look people in their face and say, you have disrespected me, and that will never happen again. When people see that you're serious about being respected, you're serious about how people treat you, either one of two things come into play. They continue to do it, and that's when you know you have to walk away and get out of there, or they fall in line. They fall in line. You cannot be a scared man if you want to do this. If you want to check disrespect, calmly, nobody is saying you have to raise your voice. In my opinion, raising your voice is emotional. And I would not do such a thing. I used to do it all the time, but I've stopped it. It's emotional. You can calmly look at someone and say, you are never going to disrespect me again. Simple as that. You have to be clear. You have to be straightforward. You have to set your boundaries. A man who is able to do that, he will be respected. And even if people want to continue to disrespect him because, oh, you have been this guy and now you want to tell me not to disrespect you, they want you to stay in that place of, I just want to disrespect you all the time. They want a punching bag. Do not be their punching bag. If they continue to disrespect you, walk away. There are so many people in my lives that have disrespected me, and I chose to walk away after I told them that they have disrespected me. They continue to disrespect me. I had a barber. Every time I went to this guy, he would always disrespect me, say mean things towards me. I'm like, bro, just cut my hair. Just cut my hair. But this guy would always disrespect me, always say things like, that like I am not, that's why my girlfriend cheated on me, or this is why that happened, or that happened. I'm like, bro, cut my hair. I'm coming here to pay you to cut my hair. And I stopped cutting my hair. I stopped going to that barber. I no longer go to that barber. I don't care if I'm in a rush and I need to go to that barber. That barber is literally 2 minutes away from me. Literally 2 minutes away from me. And that's very convenient. I could walk to him. But I choose to go to a further barber shop because I value respect more than anything else. Anything else. And you have to value respect as well. In any relationship, respect is paramount. It's top of the list. It's priority. Guys, these were the 3 types of men that always invite disrespect. If you want to change this, if you want to be respected, Understand these three things. Work on them, implement them, do the opposite of them. Have a commanding presence. Be a man that takes care of himself physically, and check disrespect when you have to. I promise you, you will be a man that is respected. I've lost so many people from my life, so many friends, but I've gained respect, and that is what matters to me most. Respect. If you like this video, share it with someone, click like. Join the community of men that are moving forward with intention, changing the narrative, and becoming unstoppable.